In 1878, Ash Fork, Arizona, Bridget Adams steps off a stagecoach carrying little more than hope and courage, determined to rebuild her life as the town's new schoolteacher. After years of criticism and heartbreak in Philadelphia, she longs for a place where she can finally belong. When Deputy Nathan Finley greets her with genuine kindness, Bridget is caught off guard by the respect and warmth he shows her. As she finds acceptance among the townspeople and confidence in herself, a gentle connection forms between her and Nathan. Amid frontier challenges, Bridget discovers love, purpose, and a community that embraces her completely. The year was 1878 when Bridget Adams stepped off the dusty stagecoach in Ash Fork, Arizona, clutching a single carpetbag in the hope of a quieter, kinder future. The journey from Philadelphia had been long and wearisome, but it carried her farther from the whispers, judgment, and disappointments she had left behind. Back home, she had been mocked for her size, overlooked for opportunities, and expected to remain unseen. But Bridget refused to live small. She came west to begin again, as Ash Fork's new schoolteacher. The town was rugged, surrounded by red earth and endless sky, its air full of grit and promise. Cowboys rode past the general store, ranchers exchanged news outside the saloon, and children raced through the streets with an excitement she found contagious. For the first time in a long while, Bridget felt the stirrings of hope. As she made her way toward the small schoolhouse, she met the man who would unknowingly change her life, Deputy Nathan Finley. Tall, broad-shouldered, and with a smile that seemed to break through even the harsh Arizona sun, he tipped his hat politely as she approached. "Ma'am," he greeted warmly. "You must be our new teacher. Welcome to Ash Fork." His voice held no mockery, no judgment, only genuine kindness. Bridget felt her heart steady in her chest. After years of being dismissed, the simple courtesy felt like a blessing. Nathan personally walked her to the schoolhouse, pointing out important places around town, the doctor's office, the mercantile, the boarding house run by Mrs. Redmond. Along the way, he asked questions about her journey and her work, listening intently. Bridget found herself talking more freely than she expected, comforted by his gentle nature. Over the next few weeks, Bridget settled into her role. She cleaned the dusty schoolhouse, organized lessons, and introduced reading games that filled the room with laughter. The children adored her. Their acceptance, pure and uncomplicated, warmed her heart more than they knew. For the first time in her life, she felt not just tolerated, but valued. Nathan visited often, sometimes under the excuse of checking on the school's safety, but more often simply to talk. He admired her strength, her intelligence, and the quiet determination that radiated from her. To him, she was a breath of fresh air. A woman who saw people for who they were, not what others thought they should be. One afternoon, after a dust storm swept through town, Nathan helped her nail shut a broken shutter. When the job was done, they remained standing side by side, watching the orange glow of sunset spread over the desert. "You're doing good work here," Nathan murmured. Bridget flushed. "Sometimes I wonder if I'm enough." Nathan turned to her, expression sincere. "You're more than enough. And this town's better for having you." It was the first time a man had ever spoken such words to her, and she felt them settle deep into her soul. Seasons passed, and their friendship blossomed into something tender and steady. Nathan would escort her home from community gatherings, help carry supplies, or walk her to the boarding house on late evenings when she had stayed too long grading papers. Bridget, in turn, brought warmth and gentleness into his life, something he hadn't realized he was missing. When Nathan finally confessed his feelings under the shade of a mesquite tree, Bridget's eyes shimmered with disbelief. No man had ever chosen her, not for love, not for companionship. But Nathan saw her worth clearly, and he wanted a life with her. Their wedding was simple but filled with joy, children tossing wildflowers, townsfolk cheering, and Bridget standing proudly at Nathan's side. She no longer saw herself through the harsh lens of judgment. In Ash Fork, she had found acceptance, purpose, and a love that cherished her wholly. Together, Bridget and Nathan built a life rooted in belonging, a life that proved the West was not just a land of survival, but a place where hearts could heal, dreams could grow, and new beginnings could bloom.